Hello everybody, welcome to another great episode of Hillbilly Select Reviews. Today I got a beautiful white wine which is going to be an alternative to Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio, Chardonnay, if that's what you're used to drinking. I'm going to get you to hopefully try this wine, not expensive, under $15, from Slovenia, alright? Close to Italy. We're going to go through it. I'm going to give you all the ways to get this wine at your local shop, tell you how unique it is, go through the flavor profile. The only thing I ask real quick is that you subscribe right now. Hit the bell, make a comment, do some of those, all of those, to help the analytics, because that's going to be your half. See, my half is on this side of the camera. And as I always say, together we make this channel great. If you're new here, what do? I do these wines, which are broken down in the playlist. This will be under my other whites, okay? And it'll be attached to this video, both in the description and pinned as the first comment. There'll be a link to my other whites. But I do coffees, teas, obviously wines, beers, liqueurs, and every type of liquor, all right? I do all that cool stuff. As I like to say, everything for us big boys and girls, all right? Today, look at this. Vipava 1894. Vipava, real quick, is the name of the winery. It's also a region in Slovenia. 1894 is the year that they, started this winery. Zelen, let me show you what I'm talking about here. So, there's Vipava, 1894. Zelen is the grape varietal, which we're going to get into. And this word here, Lantheria. Lantheria, whatever. I don't speak Slovenian, but there it is a series they're doing, okay? From their first vintage that they're putting out under this series, from their 2017 grapes, and they have 4 different types of grapes. One's a Sauvignon Blanc. This one, the Zelen, is a grape. What's cool about that grape is it is native to the country. Read you real quick, because this is an interesting thing that you're going to be able to find. That's going to be so great to try, so different, so cool to talk about. Not expensive. Just something that I really want to share with you. All right, here it is. Zelen reflects its typical green color characteristic. Okay, the grape is green. Zelen actually means green in Slovenia. Simply, the aromatic of the variety is reminiscent of Muscat spices, the vines up to 60 years old, which is fantastic because that means the older they are, the less fruit they produce, and the less fruit they produce, the better quality of the fruit that it does produce, which is why people try and fake that, so to speak, by pruning. But nothing's like the actual vine doing it on its own through age. That's how a lot of the Zinfandels, when you see old vine, especially from Lodi, they could be up to 100 years old. Same thing. Okay, so I got some more. I'm so excited about this grape, and when I tasted it, it's 11.5% ABV. So this, what the beautiful thing about this, it's really cool. It's indigenous grape, all right, and is only grown in a small region in Slovenia. It's a harsh region. It's hard to grow grapes there, so they're obviously cultivating the native grape, which obviously does well there. They sometimes can do this in stainless steel or oak. They age it on the lees, L-E-E-S. What the lees are is when you're making wine, obviously you're making wine, and you're fermenting it, and you add the yeast, and you have the grapes and the stems in there. And, pieces break off, the yeast starts to die, all that stuff settles to the bottom. Pieces of the stem, pieces of the skin of the grape, all the material that gets filtered out later. Well, they leave the wine in there a long time, like they do in fine champagnes, and that adds a lot of flavor and character to a wine. So they do it that way. I say it pairs well with basically fish, anything coming out of the sea or of any water at that point. greens. They even say ham. So I love that it is. It's a low yielding grape. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, this is what you're looking for. This is what you want to ask for. All right. Anything with a Zelen grape from Slovenia. If it has Zelen, all right, that'll only be grown there. So if you see anything Zelen grape, or you can ask for anything from Vipava. Okay, Vipava in this case, 1894, is the winery. So you have any looking for a bottle from Vipava. They have different varietals. One of them I'm sure is the Zelen grape. They may not know what you're talking about, but they might. Found this one easy enough. And like I say, not expensive. I think it's a great alternative to chilled it in the refrigerator. It's been sitting out a little bit. Great alternative to the usual whites you may be drinking. All of them. Okay, and I drink all of them, and I have all of them featured on this channel. This is a nice alternative. Look at the color. It's got a little color to it, kind of like not quite a Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio is very light, watery. Sauvignon Blanc's very light. This is more kind of leaning toward the Chardonnay color, the darker gold. It's got a rich, you know what this smells like? It smells like, and I was going through this last night when I was tasting it, trying to figure all this out, and I really think it has kind of a apple, a baked apple, but a baked green apple, with like the cinnamon and the sugar. But this is a dry wine, but just that's what it tastes like an apple pie using tart apples. But let me taste it again. Now it's the next day, and I think I smell a little woodiness, and I think the wood in here imparts the spices that I'm getting to make that apple pie, coming from the wood. Don't know what kind of wood they use. Now this wine is very acidic, all right? Right away, your mouth waters after you taste it, almost like biting into a lemon. Not that bad, and not the taste of a lemon, but the results of it, to where you water up. Now that is a refreshing thing. Sauvignon Blanc is very acidic as well, but this is a medium plus on the acid. And you're getting that tart apple, green apple, but then you're getting what I call baking spices. Like they were just covered with that. What's in an apple pie? That I don't know, is that sauce type stuff that's in the apple pie. That usually has flecks of like nutmeg or cinnamon or something like that. It's got that taste, which is very pleasing. Yeah, it's just nice. And you can taste the oak, or the wood, I'm assuming it's oak, which gives it a buttery little feel to it to go along with the acid and the perceived sweetness of the baked apples. But there's no sweetness. What I'm tasting there is the spices coming out of the wood. And the apple is the grape and the yeast, which gives the appearance of the apple pie. And then the finish does have a little bit of what I said, the apple cinnamon apples, green apples, with a little bit of rind, a little bit of the bitterness. I think it's a little bit of the tannin from the wood, maybe from the stems of this grape, this green grape. So it doesn't have the red, but the stems will still have tannin. The wood that it's aged in will have tannin, and that's given that little bit of bitterness there to the back of the tongue. Which, with the acid and the fruitiness, balances out this wine really nice. The perceived sweetness, which is the fruit, and not sweetness in this case, the acidity, and that little bit of tannin on the back is what balances the wine. You need all that. You need that tannin on the back, that little bitterness, to counteract the acid on the front. So I liked it. I sat here and really enjoyed a glass last night. And what's cool about this, if you could pick this up and say, hey man, for yourself, or if you're sharing it, anyone ever have a wine from Slovenia? Anyone ever have a Zelen wine, a Zelen grape, not Chardonnay, not Pinot Grigio, not Sauvignon Blanc, Zelen? The answer's going to be no. Nobody's ever had it. It's indigenous to this one country, to this one area. And so to be able to try it is fantastic. It might be your new favorite white. Okay, it might be something you look for. It might be something certain that you add into your repertoire to go along with the others that I mentioned. You may really love it. Say, man, I like shuffling this in and out of my white wine drinking, especially now that it's getting warmer. I really am excited about this. I'm really excited about sharing it. I would love for you all to try this. Some of you obviously may be familiar with it. I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's an easy way. I've done the work for you. Go out and ask for this grape. Ask for this winery. Try and find the winery. Try and find the grape. They have 3 other under this series. I'm going to do them all for you because this one's a home run, so I'm going to try the other ones. And I thank you for being here. And don't forget, and I always ask the same thing I asked at the beginning of this. Okay, I'm trying to really, obviously, I want to make this channel great. And in order for it to be great, I have to have you all do your half. I can only do half of it. That's all I can do. For YouTube to push this and to you know, the analytics and all, I need you to watch what you're doing, that part of it. If you can subscribe, please do. Just take that second. If you can hit a thumbs up, any of these things, or all these, and if you can comment, just, hey, nice video, hi John, anything like that. That all helps the channel grow. All right, and then we can grow together, and I can continue to find these wonderful things and share them with you. All right, explain them, break them down real nice. This is something now you can look for. Maybe you didn't even know it existed, and here it is, under $15. Might be your new favorite white wine, or certainly in your repertoire now. All right, it's easy, it's simple, it's nothing to be worried about here. It's just go out, find it, case closed. All right, from Hillbilly Select Reviews, everybody, I love you being here. And thank you for your support. And I will see you all on the next one. See you later.